Wait, I wonder if the boulder still exists. Like the boulder issue. Let me... This is just a curiosity here. Is it just called boulder? I didn't have God mode on. Okay, hold on a second here. I just need a boulder. No, it's a different size. In Spelunky HD, fun fact, the boulder was about 1.5 tiles tall. And if you climbed on top of the boulder and got under a ledge and then stood up, you would just instantly die if you exited the crouching state. But it looks like they changed the collision on the boulder in this game, so that can't actually happen because I'm standing way too high. I was just curious if that was a thing that could happen or not. But in Spelunky HD, that was a way to die, would be to crawl into this gap and then just stand up. And that would kill you. Odds are that would kill me in this game too if I could align the boulder correctly. Maybe do some cursed like jittering stuff like this. Yeah, this item is this thing is a menace. Like the song for Bowser's Inside Story. This is from Donkey Kong 64. This is the Frantic Factory music, but yeah, I can't get the boulder to do it. I could probably still reproduce it, honestly. Let's just have some fun for a second here. This is a non sequitur, but I just want to do this. So, now if we go to the boulder, set its flags, just turn off gravity, and then just move it up a little bit. I could probably get myself to get pulped in that ceiling. So, what are we looking at here? We just barely have enough room, so I didn't mean to do that. Let's move it over. Ooh. Move it over here, I think. There we go. Okay, let's move it up a little bit more and see if we can see if that bug still exists. I mean, it's not really a bug. Oh, that's a velocity. That's not what I mean to change. All right, how does this look? Okay, we don't fit. We do fit. Turn off God mode. Yeah, you just die. It's still the same. If you try to stand up in a tight space and there's nowhere for the game to put you, it doesn't keep you in the crouching state. It just fucking kills you. So thank you, Spelunky. Very cool. And this happened all the damn time in Spelunky HD because the boulder again was 1.5 tiles tall. The character in HD is probably the same. It's probably 0.7. So you're basically, when you're crouched in this game, I think you're like 0.5 or something tall. You're basically half a tile, maybe a little bit more. I don't know if they changed it between the two games, but if you stand up, you're 0.7 tall. And if there's nowhere to put you when you stand up, you just die. Not where the turkey glitch. You'd attack with the turkey while moving, and the turkey would simply die, probably. Mounts have crouch jank as well, so I wouldn't be surprised about that. I'm thinking of mounts. Wait, me or somebody else? Like, I know for a fact in HD, this would kill you all the time. Okay, medial. Yeah, mounts definitely have a lot of jank associated with that. They fixed some of it. There's one fun one, though, that I can actually show everybody here. So here's a... Like, if you've got any more questions you want to see, like, now's the time. But I'm meanwhile, gonna show you some mount-related jank with the mech that can happen to you if you're really unlucky. Though, generally speaking, it won't come up because it's hard to find push blocks in these scenarios. But here's how the mech works when it crouches. The mech is actually one of the only things in the game that gets wider when you crouch. So if you look at the green hitbox here, it actually widens. And you will die if you crouch down in a tight space that doesn't have room for the mech to exist in. This doesn't normally happen because there's no push blocks in Neobab, but there is a push block in Ice Caves with Waddler, so in theory you could get this to happen. Realistically, you're probably not going to. Yeah, you see where this is going though. The other fun fact is that the mech is bugged and has been since release. So if I crouch down, my hitbox is protruding to the left. Like, you see how I'm centered on this? Then get rid of that. It protrudes to the left. If I turn the mech around, it still protrudes to the left. They didn't mirror it for some reason. So no matter what direction your mech is facing, when you crouch down, it protrudes the hitbox to the left side of the mech, and the origin remains on the right. They just never mirrored it properly for some reason. They didn't test the mech at all, probably. But I just thought that was a fun tidbit. But anyways, if we get a push block and put it in just the right position and then crouch down, we could just blow up our mech. So if I go ahead and get myself a push block here, get it right up to the edge. Let's get in the mech, and then let's move that push block a little bit. So it's 80-64. I'm just going to inch it over ever so slightly to the right. So let's not crush the mech early. There we go. Alright, and then if I crouch, the mech just blows up because there's no room for it, and the game doesn't try to like prevent it from crouching. It just says, oh, nope, that's a crush. Goodbye, mech. There's not very many things in this game that actually change hitbox size in a meaningful way, but again, the player does it as well. You can see it happening here. It's actually 0.55 tall when you're crouching, and it's 0.7 when you're standing up. And then the mech has a width change as well as a height change. The thing is, the mech is like prevented from attempting to stand up if there's a ceiling above it, but they don't do that check for when it crouches down. It's just you don't usually have push blocks. So the push block or the boulder are like the only things that could really cause that to happen, because there aren't any in Neobab to cause it normally. But there we go, I thought that would be interesting. Make this a meme cat to blow up the mech. I mean, people have done dumber things, like epic meal percent is a category. The problem is the push block waddler is extremely rare. So you would need help from your friendly boulder, I think, and you would need a mech in the level to do it more consistently. And even then, moving the boulder into position would be very... Wow, that sucks, dude. Would be very difficult to do.